Welcome, Evo. Thanks for doing this. How's quarantine treating you?
It's not too bad so far. I was expecting it worse, but I'm surviving. Trying to stay active, and at least I have a lot of time to focus on the upcoming season. And do some research about players, talk to the players. So it's not too bad.
So before we get started, the most pressing question: how do you pronounce your last name?
It's Mocek.
I was right. I wasn't
You
sure.
were close. You were close in that previous video, so I gotta give it to you.
Yeah. All right. Well, before we get into the draft picks, I want to touch on a little bit. You and I have talked about last season and kind of where we started, where we finished. What are your impressions, on last year, and how did that tailor your expectations going into the draft and next season?
Well, last season, I would say in general we exceeded our expectations. Like I don't think many people in the league, around the league, were expecting much from us. Especially after that previous season, and with us having pretty much a brand new team. So I was pleased and I was happy how all the players gelled, and meshed together, and you guys captains, did a great job keeping the locker room together, and it seemed like you guys had a lot of fun on the ice and off the ice as well. So it was a fun season. It was and all of that just made it easier for me to coach that team and that group. Going into the draft, we just I really didn't want to completely rebuild the team for the next season. So we just wanted to pick the right players. So I told Kate and I told our people that we were not looking for the best players. We were looking for the right players, and I believe that we got them.
Yeah, so you added four, new names out of the draft, and obviously there's still pieces moving in and out. But can you talk about, the four that you picked and how you see them fitting into the team and the plan for the team next season?
Um, with if I start with the defensive players, like with Soroya, like she brings a little bit of size. She brings that pure defensive skill, and at the same time, she's got a good shot. She's got a good first touch, with the puck. So I believe she's going to have an immediate impact on the defensive play, and we were just kind of missing that shutdown defender, I would say, last season a little bit. So I think she's going to be a great addition, and so will be Bridget, because Bridget, we were kind of missing that a little bit. Last season, I would say that some of our defenders, like Leela, Murph, and Moose, sometimes they were stepping up and they were supporting the offense, but they were not like truly like offensively minded defenders. And I believe Bridget will bring that. So she's gonna be able to support the offense and create some chances. With Delaney, I mean, we needed that secondary scoring a little bit, because I would say last season it was up to you, Kay Leary, Kenny, and then we just needed a little bit more depth offensively, I would say. So I believe that Delaney will bring that. And Tara Hoffman, I mean, that's just purely just strengthening our goalie spots. So I'm really glad we with our picks in the draft.
Yeah, and I talked a little bit with Kate about this, but every year there's a certain amount of work that goes into rebuilding and a certain amount of work that goes into retaining. And there's obviously always, a recipe for success there, and a logic, kind of a reason behind the madness. Have you guys talked at all about, obviously you've drafted some players, you're talking to some new players. How much are you guys looking to rebuild? 2 years ago was a big rebuilding, and we had the season last year. Now we're going into a new season. How much of that, if you guys have discussed, is going to be truly rebuilding again, and how much is going to be, building on a core that you retain and working outward from there?
Well, like I said, I did not. The plan was not to fully rebuild. I really wanted to have the strong core together, which I'm extremely happy that we have extended contracts, with those 7 players already who are coming back, or yeah, 7 at this point. And and I believe there will be one, maybe 2 more, and then just gonna add pieces, around that core, because with those players we have, I just want to continue to keep building on what we have started in the last season, and it would just be really hard, if you had 75% of the team being new. So having the strong core from last season was the goal, and now we just got to find the right pieces and the players, to add into that puzzle, and just continue building on that chemistry and on the system and the culture we have created last season.
Yeah, and to your point, I mean, we rebuilt once, and we kind of got through that survival mode of scrambling and putting together not just a product, but the best product that we could. And I think you did a good job with the team last year and building up. And where we started was a whole different look from where we finished, like you said. But you've been through that. You've done the rebuild. You've done the struggle, and we kind of proved our worth, and we showed the world that we're not going anywhere. So now that we've kind of gotten through that bump and we continue to move forward, what's your expectation, specifically for the team, but also for the league? I guess for the team in 2020, 2021 season, and for the league this season and going forward, where do you see the Riveters going, and what are your expectations for the team and the league?
Well, I'll start with the league. I mean, number one, I'm really excited that the Toronto team will be joining the league. I think it's huge for the league. I think it's huge for women's hockey, and Toronto is a huge hockey market, so I think that's a great addition, for the league. And I believe I think that the league's front office did a great job with that, and picking the right spot and picking the right group of owners for that. So I think the league will just keep growing, continue growing, and keep doing a great job, and just what they did over this past season. Going into that last season, the league was, nobody kind of knew what to expect. With the players, in the PWHBA, they did not know, or they did not want to play in the league. So not many people kind of, I would say, trusted the NWHL, but I believe the league proved them wrong, because it was a great season, maybe the best season, in the history of the league. So I'm happy about the league. I'm sure that the league will continue growing, and especially with that division of the Toronto team. For us, as the Riveters, after that rebuild last season, and kind of creating the rules and the culture and the chemistry, like I said, this year we should aim higher, and we will aim higher. So our goal should be to finish again in the top 3 teams in the league, and I believe our team will be strong enough to do that, and then hopefully getting through that semifinals, and making it all the way to the final game. Because let's be honest, we were real close last season in Minnesota, and that semifinal game going into the overtime 0-0 game. We were real close, and I believe that what we have been doing now with signing players and drafting players, our team will be strong enough to take it a step further in the next season.
Well, great. I think that it sounds like a good game plan. I've obviously talked a lot to you and to Kate offline. I know a lot of work's going into it. I know the players that have signed appreciate it. I'm looking forward to it. I said to Kate, I said to a lot of people, I've never had more fun than I did playing hockey last year. And I think that's big to say, because I might have had my worst hockey experience back to back with my best. And so a lot of that goes to you, and just the energy that you brought from day one, when nobody knew what to expect.
Yeah, exactly.
The future of the Ribs is in good hands. So thank you for doing this, and
I appreciate that.
to you as you continue to build the team, and I will see you at training camp.
All right, sounds great to me.
All right, thanks, Ivo.